good afternoon, good morning, good evening. It's high noon here in my office, and I'm Bart coming to you with day 3 of I'm Not Throwing Away My Shot. What does that mean? It means I'm revealing in these 9 days, this is day 3, we go up to day 9, the end of September, I am revealing the secret sauce of becoming an entrepreneur. What does that mean for you? It means that no matter what you do in life, you need to have that entrepreneurial mindset. It's just a real quick way to show you how to start reprogramming and rethinking what's going on, and also showing you how what I'm doing is paying me to become an entrepreneur, to become someone that I'm destined to become without having to sign up for seminars and pay exorbitant fees to go to conventions and workshops and those type of things. Sit back and watch, because today's is really going to be a very, very special lesson. I'm not throwing away my shot. Day 3 on the secret sauce of becoming an entrepreneur. Let's take a real quick look. And again, look at the subtitle, Live and Unscripted. I'm just here talking with you and sharing with you some of the things I've learned. A real quick disclaimer. I may talk about the amount of money people make. I may even, and I will show you how you can make some money. But here's what we know. Here's the disclaimer. It's what you put into something determines what you get out of it. You can't bake a cake without mixing the ingredients. If you go to a gym and you buy a gym membership, guess what? You're not going to pump up just by paying your monthly dues. You got to put something into it. So what are we talking about here? What is the secret sauce? Just a real quick recap. I want this to hit deep into your subconscious. People will say the secret sauce is mentoring. Mentoring is important. You've got to have mentors in your life. They might say it's coaching. Coaching is important. You need to have coaches in your life. But none of that really makes much difference or has an impact until you start doing what's called modeling. And that's something I've learned by being associated with the people that I associate with. You see, Jim Rohn says you are the average of the 5 people you most associate with. The legendary Les Brown says if you're the smartest, richest person in your group, guess what? You're in the wrong group. You got to find a better group. You got to find people who are better at doing things than what you're doing. And that's what I've done. I've associated myself with some of the heavy hitters. Do I talk to them every day? No. Do I interact with them every day? Yes. Maybe I listen to one of their sessions on training, a YouTube video. Maybe it's some of the training in the vault that we have, our training vault. Maybe we're on a Zoom together, and that's happened. It's going to happen 3 times today for me. It's already happened twice. It's going to happen a 3rd time. So who are these people I'm talking about? Holton Buggs. Holton Buggs is the Michael Jordan, the most successful person in network marketing. And you go, okay, MLM, I'm out, I'm done. Well, guess what? Holton Buggs' hashtag is just different, because here's what he knows. Network marketing is the way that most of us truly market. You know, if you go out to eat somewhere and you have a really great experience and you tell someone about it, that's network marketing. You know, there's not much on television these days, and I don't watch much television, but I have started doing a few little binge watching. And the series that I'm binge watching is because someone told me about it. That's network marketing. So why Holton Buggs? Because Holton Buggs' number one thing is you need to work harder on yourself than you do at your work. And how do you do that? You do it through modeling. Another person is Edwin Haynes. I was fortunate to have dinner with Mr. Haynes. Spent a few moments talking to him. You can see us there. Again, this is a guy that I watch and I model what he does. I model what Holton Buggs does. How about Karen Hirsch and her husband, Peter Hirsch? That's my brother from New York there, Rudy, with me. Rudy and I were up in New York together with Karen Hirsch and her husband, Peter. Why them? Because at the core of what they do is a philanthropic commitment. You see, this company that I'm part of is called iBoomerang. And why? Because what happens when you throw out a boomerang? It comes back to you. When you throw out goodwill, when you model who you want to become, guess what? It comes back to you and the world rewards it. If it didn't happen that way, we probably wouldn't be called iBoomerang. We'd be called iStick. But that's what a stick does. You toss it out and it stays there. But there's even more. When we were up in New York, we met this guy right here, Johnny Wimbrey. And you can see who he's standing next to there, Steve Harvey. One of the most successful, just like Mr. Haynes, one of the most successful, accomplished authors out on the market, best-selling books. That's one thing I have in common with them. I too am an author, but what they've done and what they've accomplished, I'm modeling that so I can do the same thing. Mr. Wimbrey, I've already interacted with him twice today. But then there's another piece, this whole secret sauce of modeling. You've got to surround yourself with people who support you, people who hold you up, people who keep telling you to become the champion you are. This is just some of the people that I associate with while we're up there in New York. And you can see down at the bottom, my brother Rudy there between Karen and Peter Hirsch. Guys, this is what it's about. You've got to start modeling after it. So here's what I want you to do, and here's what today's chat is about. I want you to ask yourself, are you a spectator? Are you a winner? And I'm about to model for you something I learned from Mr. Haynes, because it got me to thinking. And I realized I thought I was a winner most of the time or all the time, but I realized for some things I was still a spectator. So ask yourself, do you need to be pumped up? Do you need to be motivated? Or do you have a positive attitude? You know, one thing people tell me is that I have a positive attitude, and I do, but it's hard work to always remain positive. Look at the environment we're in right now. Not only with COVID going on, a pandemic, the racial, social unrest that's happening, the economy fluctuating. It's easy to say, someone please pump me up. But a winner stays positive through it all. The spectator is going to find fault. They're going to say, well, because of this pandemic, I'm not going out. No one's going to listen to me. Whereas a winner will adjust and move on. Give you an example. This company that I'm a member of, I was a founder with, this logistics technology company called iBoomerang. We build our whole company off customers by giving away our technology for free. In February, we had a major conference down in Houston. And at that time, I had 500 customers. Now, we got started in March of 2019. This is February 2020. So for almost an entire year, it took me a year to get 500 customers. And man, I was proud of myself, really proud of myself. And I went to this conference and I started listening and I started modeling. And it was there at that conference that I had the dinner with Mr. Bugs, the Hirsches, the Bugs, the Wimbreys, the Hayneses, and there were 50 of us in the room, plus the people that were there from the leadership. And guys, that's when I started to realize the secret sauce was modeling. And here's what happened. I had 500 customers in February of 2020. It took me a year to get there. Today, barely 7 months later, and about half the time, I now have 2,200 customers. I went from 500 to 2,200. How? I adjusted and I moved on. Spectators stop at every obstacle and think, how the hell am I going to deal with this? A winner seeks counsel and continues to grow. They seek out what they call accountability partners. They then seek out the coaches, the mentors, and then they model what they see out there. Spectators are comfortable in life. They live in this safe zone, and they go to work, they come home, they sit down, they watch TV, life is happy, and that's nothing wrong with that if that's your goal. But you are a spectator. A winner owns it and has a plan. You see, something else I learned from Mr. Haynes is you set out yourself an 18-month goal. Look at 18 months ahead and say, here's what I want to accomplish in 18 months. And then break it down into 90-day segments. What's that called? Each quarter of the year. Next week starts the fourth quarter of 2020. Why not start right now developing that plan? Have it execute today, saying October 1 is going to be the day that I'm really going to go full stream ahead with this. And look what can happen in the next year and a half. A spectator confuses activity with accomplishments. Just because they're busy, they think they've accomplished a lot. But a winner knows you always have to overcome adversity. A spectator is going to see that obstacle and they're going to keep running around it, running, and never get anywhere. But they're busy and they think they're accomplishing stuff. Whereas a winner sees it and moves on. Spectators are dream takers. What does that mean? They see someone else's dream, they want to make it their own, and they say, this is mine. And they take the dream from that person. Whereas a winner is a dream giver. They have a vision. When you give, that's when you're modeling. You don't allow them to take your dream, you model it and you move on. You see, the bottom line is you need to be telling yourself, here is an affirmation to say to yourself numerous times a day. Write it down, put it in your phone, make alerts so you'll be able to say this to yourself over and over and over. I am doing what is necessary to win. They will know my name. And then stay around people who uplift you. That group in New York, I love them. I talk to some of them every single day. But it's not just in New York. It's all over the world. Some of the very first people I met that I found alignment with was a whole team from Puerto Rico. I love the people from Puerto Rico because they are so bonded together and support each other because they uplift each other and they know them by their name. So what is this company? It's called iBoomerang. Our product is called the PRIP, one of my favorite four-letter words, PRIP. Here's what happens. We give someone our technology. They have access to what's called the iGo platform. It's a travel lifestyle platform. And anytime someone saves, we make money. Okay? Pretty cool concept. Think of it like this. Think of the PRIP as Amazon. How did Amazon get started? With books. Look at Amazon today. They have all these verticals, which also, if you go to Amazon, it's called categories, whether it's pet supplies, clothing, electronics, you get the idea. Our front door is the travel industry. True, not many people are traveling now, but we're having record-breaking people booking travel. Travel will be the #1 industry. It has been, it always will be. There it is. But we knew there was more to come. So then, back in February, we launched Vibe. And Vibe is a drive share program. It's not just like Uber and Lyft and a taxi where you take someone from point A to point B. It's a drive share. Deliveries are coming. Currently, we're test marketing in 2 states, 6 cities. We're about to branch out to 2 more states, then across the country, across Mexico, across the world. But you see there where it says new product or service, just like Amazon adds categories, we keep adding to the PRIP. And we've already added Zents, which is a new piece of technology. It's a wearable, no-touch aromatherapy. I have one in right now, I bet you didn't even know it. I have the eucalyptus in now to energize me, to get me going even stronger. We have lemon to purify. We have lavender to relax. And let me tell you this, maybe you're thinking about you want to do something, you're not real sure. With Zents, I'm looking for brand ambassadors. What does that mean? That means I will work with you and I will show you how you can use Zents, not only make some money, but how you can use Zents to get an immediate return on your investment where you can be part of iBoomerang. And why iBoomerang? Remember, it's the modeling, it's the coaching. Let me introduce the third product, Build Genius. Here's how it works. It's free. You give someone access to Build Genius. They go out and they upload their bills, be it utility bills, cable bills, internet bills, maybe a lawn service, maybe you have Sirius XM, cell phone, and Build Genius is going to assign a negotiator, and they're going to negotiate a cheaper price for you. Build Genius is also going to remember the renewal date, and they're going to go back to them before the renewal date, so you'll never have to deal with that. And again, it's a free service. It only works when the customer saves. I uploaded 3 bills. I've already received 2 responses. One of them, I'm saving $140 on my satellite radio bill. $140. I'm saving $10 a month on my cell phone bill. And you go, okay, so that's $10 a month. It's $120 a year. I just saved that thanks to Build Genius. And Mr. Bugs has said there'll be new verticals coming out each quarter. Now, this is all groovy stuff. This is how you can make some money. But here is the real secret sauce to iBoomerang. We have a library of training, of personal development, where you can work harder on yourself. Every morning, I listen to a piece of training out there. I listen to morning inspiration calls we have. We have our own TV network. Listen to morning inspiration calls that are out there. Yes, I still listen to other people. I listen to Deepak Chopra. I still listen to Les Brown. I'm one of his disciples. But this is where, rather than me paying Les Brown to be my mentor, or me paying Holton Buggs or Johnny Rimbry or the Hirsches or Edwin Haynes, I'm doing a business that's just giving stuff away. I'm getting paid, but more importantly, I'm growing and growing and growing. So how do you two become more involved and learn more about this? Go out to my website, gogetbart.com. Hit that enter button. It's going to take you to the page that's going to talk about Zents. It's going to talk about Build Genius. It's also going to have some YouTube videos out there, and you too can see the opportunity. And then there's a form. All you need to do is send me your name and email, phone number, and we're going to talk. Isn't it worth it to yourself to have that happen for you? Because here's what we know. Having a home-based business is not only the smartest thing to do right now, especially in this type of a pandemic where things are just not quite normal, but it's also a great tax write-off for you. It's a great way to save on taxes, to build residual income. And if you have a family, if you're starting a family, there's a legacy component where the work you're doing now passes directly onto your kids, and they just benefit from the work you've done. Go out to gogetbart.com. I look forward to chatting with you. Come back tomorrow for day 4 of I'm Not Throwing Away My Shot. Don't you dare throw away your shot, because you know good and well I'm not throwing away my shot. And I will see you tomorrow. Make it an amazing, amazing Thursday. Boom.